Jonathan Papelbon joining us right now on Foul Territory. Pap, we got action, man. I know there's not games to bet on, but damn, dude, we're actually getting some activity before Christmas. Not everyone's going to sign, April 1st this year, which is nice. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I think y'all playing this show out. There's something to it. As soon as this deal goes down with Williams, all of a sudden y'all want to talk to me, huh?
Hey, good timing. No, we wanted to talk to you about the Red Sox actually finally
Yes.
doing something and the Soto deal and all that. So now we just have one more deal to add to the table. Do you want to start with Devin Williams and the Yankees in the arms race with really the Mets in my mind and the rest of baseball versus just the Red Sox? The rivalry's not the same right now, but the Yankees, have the remorse after not getting Soto, and they're not wasting time, man.
Yeah, this is an arms race right now, and to me, man, the Yankees just won a big one, and say what you say, it might be a rental, but it's all about next year and what these ownerships are doing right now between the Yankees and the Red Sox is they're going tit for tat. So I expect the Red Sox to make another move as well. And it has to be for what my buddy Lou Merlone calls a pig. I call them caballos. We need a horse, and it's going to have to be in the pitching department this year. In my opinion, your top tier pitchers are at a premium, so you got to go get them when you can get them.
All right. Oh, I mean, we'll get to your socks and their gator arms that they got in their can't reach their wallet. But the Devin Williams thing. Do you sit there and say he's the best reliever in baseball, or is Emmanuel Clase gonna keep him from winning now the Mariano Rivera Award because he was winning the Trevor Hoffman Award every year he was healthy?
Yeah, Kratz, to me, I need just a tad bit more, a little bit more for me to say he's the best in baseball. You look at, to me, it's Clase. Just because he was able to do throughout the course of the season. It's these back issues that Williams, he's got a back issue. So to me, that's a little bit worrisome. I think for me, I didn't have start back issues till I was 34, 35 years old. So I think he's 30. So it's a little bit scary. But hey, he's on a 1-year deal essentially. So the Yankees are going to gamble there, and to me, it was a big gamble. I know the Red Sox got Chapman, and I do know for a fact that deal, there was a lot of back end and a lot of research and a lot that went behind that deal, and they feel very confident in him. And because of what I know, I think he will succeed. I think he will be a good closer for us this year. He's still got top strikeout capability in the zone when he's throwing in the zone. And as you know, as a closer, if you don't throw in the zone, you blow games. So I think they both have a top-end closer, and they both needed one. And now you look at Luke Weaver even setting up for Williams. So that's a nasty 1-2 punch right there. So the Red Sox have got to go respond to with more arms.
Exactly, and I agree totally what you said with Chapman. And from what he did last year, I thought he had an incredible year with the Pirates, a team that was struggling. He showed he could still do it, and I think he deserves to have another chance. And that was a good pickup by the Red Sox. Another good pickup was Crochet. I think that was a phenomenal pickup. I talked about it last week, and I explained to all the Red Sox fans they got to give up 4 of their prospects to get him. And they're like, oh, no way. They were beating me up over it. And I want to talk about these prospects. I want you to explain to me some of these guys that they got rid of and, what you thought about the trade.
Okay, so here, let me tell you something here, Todd. The Red Sox do have so look, Bloom built up the Red Sox system. They eventually let him go. So there are more players. You're just hearing about, your Kyle Teals and your Braden Montgomerys, these first-round draft picks. But there's a lot of more young kids in here. And I also look at a kid that just came up and say Don Raphael. Todd, I'm telling you, how when you mature in this game and as a hitter – if this kid could put on like 10 or 15 more pounds, he could possibly win an MVP. I ain't no BS. This kid can play. I've seen him play a lot. But to me, when you're making these big trades, okay, and you're going to say, hey, John, how much money are we willing to spend this year? And Breslow gets that amount of money. Well, Breslow has now said, okay, let me save a little bit of that money and let me go do a deal with Crochet. So I think the way he did the deal is what is going to propel them to be able to spend more money. Hopefully a Bregman, somebody like that. If the Red Sox can pull that, a Bregman or a Burns, or even like an Arenado, I mean, somebody like that, I think a right-handed bat for them will do miracles in that lineup.
So you think Breslow's out here saving money? You don't think the tight purse strings of your boss?
I don't think he's saving money because if you
think
try
he's
to
saving
save
it for
money,
somewhere else?
Yes, it's like I would say he's not saving money. I would say more like he's couponing. Is that a good analogy for you?
Yeah, that's great. That's great couponing, but that's not Breslow. Breslow's not trying to coupon. Breslow's job is to what? Make the best team possible in the big leagues. That's why they extended Joey Cora. We think we still have a window. Cora's like, I want to be there. And you sit there and you go, you have to get some. You talking about getting arms. The only arms they need are for John Henry's to extend and get to his wallet and give this team somebody to couple with Devers.
No question. Like I agree with you on that, Kratz. But let me tell you something. You're going back to the Alex Cora, extending him, and I'm gonna get a little into that. But look, Alex Cora is like the Bill Belichick of the NFL. I mean, he's one of the best minds, best coaches you can. You give him a good player, and he can be great, right? Just like I said, Cedar Rafael, he's a good player, but Alex Cora can make him even great, and that's what he does to players. So you can't make a very below average Major League Baseball player. You can't make him good. You can't make him. You need at least good players. So Breslow has to go out and get those players, and you have to have your pigs or your studs, in order to be able to compete with what the Yankees are doing. I mean, that's who you compete against day in and day out. So if you can't compete with them, who are you competing with? And now you got the Orioles in the mix, who are going to be even better this year too.
Well, the Orioles ain't going to spend no money, so the Red Sox look like Papelbon to Kratz as far as spending money. So compared to the Orioles. But I said Joey Cora. I meant Alex. Sorry, I always do that. I never mix up Jonathan Papelbon. But you said in your tweet, you need to get rid of Yoshida, trade for Arenado. Are you okay? The middle part of that, I'm not going to talk about Yoshida. The middle part of that, do you trade? Are you okay? Because you know what clubhouse mentality, clubhouse presence means. Moving Devers off the position, because nobody's going to say Arenado's playing first base. Stop. The dude's a six-time platinum glove. Are you okay moving Devers and what that could mean to his psyche, ego?
I think he's okay with it, because I'm pretty sure Alex Cora has already had this conversation with Devers. I don't think they'd be talking about it if they didn't, or there wouldn't be rumors about it if they didn't. Look, I know Devers well. Devers, when he first came up in the big leagues, he got a taste of winning in a championship. And he knows what the city of Boston and what they can put together and run a few more. He knows that their possibility of running a couple more off are there. So he's going to do whatever it takes. And Alex Cora is not going to put Devers in a position that he doesn't think he can succeed at. So if they've talked about it, which I do think they have, because I've actually seen him catch some balls at first last year, just messing around, but that's how Alex Cora is. He's thinking like he's years ahead of us. So they're going to have that conversation, Kratz. That's how that Alex Cora would not just come to him and say, oh yeah, you're moving. So no, they're going to have that conversation before a trade like that's made. But the Red Sox, just like my boy Lou was talking about, they needed a pig on the mound, a left-hander. Crochet should dominate. If he has what he has and everybody's seen, should dominate in Fenway Park, number one. And number two, if they go out and get a right-handed bat, a pig for a right-handed bat, then they're going to compete for a World Series, and they're going to be able to compete against the Yankees. And that's what they have to do, bottom line.
Spot on, first of all, about Devers. I've known him for a long time. He got his money. He wants to win. They have to move him over to first base. The check cashes the same, and he wants a ring. So I think it's no big deal at all if they end up getting somebody like an Arenado, Bregman, etc. So I'm with you there. I'm with you on Crochet. So I had two questions for you. One is just to double down on Crochet. There are a bunch of idiots on social media. There's bad eggs, but I saw way too many, like hundreds of comments, right? On socials, on the Athletic comment articles saying Crochet could be a 1 or a 2 for the Red Sox, and so many fans like he only did it for a year. They shouldn't give up much for him. How wrong are they to double down on what Crochet can be as a lefty in that rotation?
All right, so I'm gonna tell you this. I saw a very similar picture in the guy named John Lester and what I see in Crochet. Little across the body type guy, big time. Well, now it's called, I call it a slider, big time slider or sweeper, whatever the hell you want to call it now, and can command both sides of the plate. If you can throw the ball down and away with the command that he has in Fenway Park and then come in with the big sweeper, I saw John Lester do it for years and years and years, won about 14, 15 games year in and year out, and just absolutely puts a team on his back. So to me, he can do that. Now, can he do it at Fenway? Can he do it in New York? I know I was listening earlier, Todd, talking about can he play in New York? Now, this is the same thing. He's going to have, his bar percentage better be big or else he's going to be a bust. And so, but I like it. I think, time will tell on that.
I want to ask you a question. Juan Soto, as you saw, he signed a big deal with the Mets. Came out yesterday, and one of the reporters asked him, how many Yankees guys did you talk to? And what did they say? And he basically said, after the World Series, I didn't talk to anybody. Now, it's kind of like one of those things where you hear that conversation, you're like, it's kind of strange that not one person would ever come out, player-wise and come and talk to him. Well, what do you think about that whole situation? And, if that's true, which you got to believe what he's saying, why wouldn't a player try and get him to come back to the squad, especially of his caliber?
Yeah, number one, if I'm Aaron Judge, I don't know how Aaron Judge isn't in the ear with Cashman and whoever he can be of, hey, what do we got to do to keep this guy? Look, to me, yeah, you got all plan A and plan B's going into Dallas. Everybody had, all their plans, right? Well, let me tell you something. It's just like a Mike Tyson fight. When you get punched in the face, what are you going to do back? So they went and got Max Fried. That was like put a Band-Aid on Juan. So to me, that's what it was. That was a panic move. You can say what you want. Was it a good move? To me, it was an okay move. It was more of a move to put a Band-Aid on, oh, damn, we just lost Soto, and we shouldn't have let that happen. So, but as far as, your question, Todd, that's really surprising to me because everybody has their own agents now, and they're all buddy-buddy, and, it's just – there's so much more money in the game now that I would think that, at least these players are talking. They do it in the NBA, man. You have to recruit, man. When we were playing, how many phone calls did you get about a guy or a coach? Hey, what's this guy like? What's this guy like? Is this true about this guy? Is he, could he fit in here? So I'm super surprised that didn't happen, Todd.
You think it didn't? You think he didn't fit? You think there's a chance he didn't fit?
New York is – Todd could tell you this better maybe, but, in New York, usually there's only one straw that stirs the drink. You know what I'm talking about? And for there to be two straws, you can ask Derek Jeter and Alex Rodriguez. You can ask Aaron Judge and why. So I don't know. I've never been a part of, hey, is this type of working? I mean, I play with Manny Ramirez, who was – teammates. We had to figure it out with him. So I don't know. I don't know. It's puzzling.
Pat, yeah. you don't drink nothing out of a straw. I know that. You drink it straight out of the glass. You don't know nothing about straws.
Hey, I drink my whiskey neat, baby.
Cheers. Happy Friday. Always great having you. Really good insight, Pat. We'll get you again soon, okay?
Okay, guys. We'll see y'all soon. Have a good weekend.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.